What's up, Internet? Well, it's official. We have begun our journey on the road to WrestleMania. The 2021 Royal Rumble is done and in the books. And Mario, how you feeling? I feel relieved.
I feel good. I think that was good. I feel like I watched a good pay-per-view.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we had a couple of seasons, Royal Rumble seasons, where the pay-per-view turned heel on us.
Yeah.
And I was a little nervous there at
Uh-huh.
that finish, and I was just like, "Oh, here we go again." But they pulled it off. I think they went
Yeah.
with the
I was it
feel
was a
good.
highly enjoyable pay-per-view.
Yeah, that was your first introduction to a pay-per-view version of the Thunderdome. What'd you think?
I got to say, at first I was kind of skeptical. I went into it, I was like, the whole video monitor thing makes me feel like I'm in a Black Mirror episode. But as you know, I got into it. I heard the chants. We got the "This is awesome" going a few times, and I'm wondering, is this actually happening? But it kind of is, so I'm kind of okay with it. So it's like I was kind of in. I was in.
Yeah, I mean, it's just you have that the Thor meme is like when you hear that "This is awesome," you're like, "Is it?" But yeah, I think it was. I think they delivered.
No, I think it was. It was.
So we'll just do a quick rundown of all the setup. Royal Rumble traditionally has solid matches, but everybody's in it for the Rumble, and now you get two Rumbles for the price of one.
Two for the price of one.
Yeah, so you get the women and the women and the females. Sorry, the women and the men.
Everybody.
Yeah, it's just very Anakin Skywalker, but not just the men, but the women and the children. That's right, we're gonna have a children's Royal Rumble soon.
I hate sand.
So we'll start off real quick. So they're actually the pre-show, the kickoff show. There was a title change.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
fill me in. Sorry, I came in on the pre-show late.
yeah. No. So Charlotte and Asuka dropped the belts. The championships to Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax. We had yeah, so you had they're continuing the Lacey Evans distraction of basically Lacey stopped dating my dad.
Yeah, what do you think on that? What are your thoughts on the Lacey dating my dad angle?
Look, man, he's the dirtiest player in their game. Ric Flair he's been taking women on Space Mountain his entire life. So why should he stop now? She's like, "Go home." He's like, "I am home. Space Mountain is my home." So yeah, but it went well, but they dropped the belts. And it's just like, look, I it's good. I mean, I have a problem anytime there's not enough belts in the women's division for them to be tying up too many belts in one angle like that. So I'm not a fan of that. So I'm glad they took it off Charlotte and Asuka. I thought they were setting up for Charlotte and Asuka, but they're still going with Charlotte and Lacey. So we'll just take it from there. But yes, title changed hands on the pre-show. So that's good, right? If you didn't buy the pay-per-view, maybe you're going to buy it.
Yeah, great. You might have seen. Was that on YouTube?
That was
There
on
you go.
all forms of social media.
Completely worth your YouTube ad sitting time.
That's right. So, all right. Then we started off. Guess what? Goldberg was the curtain jerk.
Goldberg
was the curtain jerk.
Because you demanded it.
Yes, because you didn't know he was coming back, right?
Nope.
No, he was back, and it was just like everybody's a little skeptical, right? Because it's just like, look, when he came back against Brock, it was awesome. His stuff with Brock, man, it was just like it felt real. Those guys felt like everything about it just felt legit, and I want to release that. So but then that last time he came back, he had some troubles. He dropped a Taker right on his noggin. Yeah, he dropped Taker on his noggin. That wasn't good. People weren't a fan of seeing him take the belt from Fiend. There was some questionable stuff. So people were not sure about it. And then the setup for this match on Legends Night came off a little bit weird.
Yeah. Remind me how'd that go?
Yeah, so all the legends were there, and then Drew was in the ring, about to thank the legends, but then Goldberg came out and was like, "You don't respect the legends," and Drew's like, "I never said that," which in Drew's defense, he never did say that. So they kind of get onto it, and then Drew's like, "I'm not going to fight my dad." So it came off weird. He got COVID. He kind of fixed it with a nice COVID promo. But look, these guys, big dudes, big hosses hitting each other hard.
Yeah.
And I thought it was a solid match.
I thought it would be good. I wasn't expecting much from this match. Okay, Goldberg is who he is, and we all know it, and we either love it or hate it. But it exceeded my expectations. Got off to a quick start. The drama peaked really good, and it was over before I was tired of it.
Yeah, it was over, and you know what? He got the rub.
Yeah.
That's what he wanted. He wanted the rub. He's like, you earned my respect. By beating the crap at each other. I
think they both helped each other out there a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, look, Goldberg, he looked awesome, dude. He still looked jacked. So
One of his better matches this decade.
For sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll give him that. So props to that. Then next up we had the former fabulous Carmella against the Mandalorian, Sasha Banks, one of the
Yep.
Mandalorians. Well, she's a
Yep.
Mandalore.
Yep.
But yeah, solid match. You know, they had got some spots in there with Reggie.
Yep.
Reginald, the sommelier, right? Not Somalian, sommelier.
What you thinking about the Reggie gimmick right now?
You know, I wasn't sold on it at first because I feel like Carmella doesn't need anything.
No.
I mean, she's hot on the stick.
Yeah.
She's hot on the stick, right? She didn't need it. But, you know, then they had that match. Sasha and Reginald had that match, and he was pulling off some spots, and it was just like, it looked really good. So I think it's going to work.
Yep.
I think it's going to work. I mean, if she wants to be someone like $1 Million Man-esque, and that's going to be kind of her Virgil.
Yeah.
I mean, if the guy's athletic, he pulls off all the stuff at the right time. So I'm in. It was a solid match, but you know, again, there was no. I would have been shocked if Sasha dropped the title.
No one's taking the boss's belt.
No one's taking the boss's belt. Should be. And man, she's just like you said. She's just so good.
Yeah,
She's
absolutely,
so
just irreplaceable. Just a great superstar.
So we will see who she's going to be facing at Mania, which leads us to the first Royal Rumble match was the women's Royal Rumble match, which last year the women's Royal Rumble match was better.
Yep.
It was better. So I was just like, I came in a little bit more hyped. So it was just like, it started off with, what were you expecting? Because do you remember last year's just kind of, were you expecting it to be a little bit more hype, less hype? Because what made this tough about the show overall is just, you know, no fans for this one. Yeah. So, you know, you knew they were going to have to pipe in the countdown.
Yeah. No fans for this one. What was I expecting? I don't know. Not sure. Not much. I wasn't sure what was going to happen in the Thunderdome, but I don't know. I was hooked pretty quick. It got off to a great start. Love starting off with who was it? Bailey and
Naomi.
Bailey and Naomi to start off. So I like that immediately. You know.
Yeah. I mean. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Naomi is the Kofi Kingston of the women's division because you expect her to do something super athletic to not get eliminated. So when you saw that she going in there against Bailey, you're like, okay, we're gonna start.
I got hyped when the lasers came out, man. I was all into it.
Oh yeah, man, you were feeling the glow.
Yes.
Yeah, so it started off strong. So it's just like, okay, we'll go. And then we had number 3 came in was Bianca Belair.
Yep.
Who's coming off? She had her WWE Chronicles before that, right? Right before the show. So she was coming off a hype. She was coming off some hype, you know. Yeah. But look, she's been great from day one, right? She's been great from day one, even in NXT when she first came out. When she came out for the Mae Young Classic, I mean, she's always been good. She was legit one of those people that you saw as a star,
and getting better and better and better, and just really built up to this point, and it's great. And super emotional moment for her, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there was a lot of emotion, and we're gonna pick up on that theme because I think that was the theme of this show was emotions. Yeah. So we had next up with Billie Kay came in, which you know Iconics were fantastic. They broke them up for no reason. I don't know why they did. They probably shouldn't have, but you know what? Billie Kay is making the best of it. She's the most of it. You know, she's doing her trying to give everybody headshots.
Yeah.
She's trying to get a job.
Network.
So she was networking. So that was pretty much her gimmick throughout the whole match. She was basically trying to gimmick with her gimmick was she was networking with the people as they were coming down to the ring. So she started off. We had our first NXT of the night. We had with Shotzi Blackheart came out in her little tank. Shooting her. The little tank. Yeah. And then you had who else came out there? That was let's see. What was the next big moment? Shayna Baszler came in next. You know, she's a legit badass. I feel like they haven't done right by her yet. Yeah. So, but she's still there. So we'll see. Obviously, she brings a lot of legitimacy, and then her relationship with Ronda. Yeah. You know, and she's part of the other 4 horsewomen, which could have been a main event at WrestleMania a few years back. Yeah. But they didn't do that. So she came out, so you knew there was going to be trouble there.
I say, look, here's a hot take, just to cut in here in the middle of this, Rumble match. Hot take: WWE excels at ladies wrestling.
Yeah.
I mean, it was great. Everyone coming down the ramp was exciting.
Maybe Vince McMahon's true calling now. Maybe he wants to be the new David McLean, right? Yeah. The gorgeous ladies of wrestling, right? I don't know if he'd do that.
It's just like, I'd watch, dude. That'd be a great show. Man.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
but really,
hold up.
you see the amount of talent coming down to the ring in that match. You really get a sense of what a talented group they got.
Oh yeah, they do top notch. I mean, they're all stars there. So then let's see. Yeah, speaking of stars, next up was our first surprise, right? The return of Jillian Hall, the worst singer in. Yeah, she came back.
Yeah.
And they came up with a pretty quick little gimmick there, which just Billy Kay was networking, and she's like, Billy and Jilly. It was just like, let's do this. So that kind of like, okay, that was my first little pop for the match, just because Rumble has all their surprises.
It's
that
all
give
about
you those
it's all
pops.
about the small stories.
Yeah, the small stories in Rumble. There's definitely micro stories in the macro story.
That's how you make a big. That's how you make a great Rumble.
Yeah, and it was just sad. Again, there was no crowd for it, so that was kind of a bummer.
How much did you miss the crowd? I mean, really, like by the time it got heated and you were way into it, did you notice the crowd not being there anymore?
Not for the matches, but for the Rumble, I do a little bit, just because you're used to the pop. They get they all have that pop. But once the match is going, you didn't. But it's almost kind of like when you're used to looking around to see how people are going to react when something's happening.
Yeah.
So, but to me, it's always a little distracting too if they're directing the fans and the heads are always kind of moving. But look, the performers, it's going to help the performers. They need something to feed off of, right?
Yeah.
They need that. So it could be done. It's questionable whether they're going to return to crowds for all matches.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know, man.
At this point, I don't see why you would. I don't know. Like, I mean, honestly, like it's fucking science fiction what's happening here. Like, it's now with the new cameras, it's just looking less and less like wrestling and more like someone's fucking alternate reality. I don't know.
Well, I mean, there was that Black Mirror episode, right?
Yes.
It's just like, I mean, this is really no different than having an animated avatar like the ones behind me, a winner's you, basically cheering. Like, why can't they just animate people? Why can't they put fucking Max Headroom on one of those screens? And how are you going to know the difference, right? And it's just like, and that feels like that's happening a little bit.
There seems like there's endless possibilities going on in those screens. Somebody could be drinking a Pepsi, and then I'd want to drink a Pepsi because I saw someone drinking it subconsciously in the crowd.
Ad placement right there,
exactly,
right? It's just like, boy, I'm just thirsty.
Yeah, no, I just need a Pepsi.
These pixels are making me thirsty. These pixels are making me thirsty. So, all right. So that was the first big surprise. Who'd we miss? We had Shayna Baszler came in, Toni Storm, another NXT girl, NXT UK maybe. She came down. You had the Ruby Riott. Our next surprise came in is Victoria with the Widow's Peak. She came back.
Yeah,
looking good. All the women are coming back and they're looking good, man.
Yeah, no,
they're looking good. They're just like, and they could still go. Look, it's just like, because maybe in a weird way, it kind of feels like forever ago. But I mean, I guess it wasn't that long ago, because all these women, all these legends that are coming back, they're going like, so it's like, look, we'll take it. So we had Santana Garrett come in. She made a little bit of comeback. Liv Morgan was in there, Rhea Ripley. And then we had the Queen made her appearance, in Charlotte Flair. So it's just like, she was last year's winner. Did you think there was a chance that she's going to pull it off at the end here when you saw her?
Yeah, I think there's always a chance Charlotte could pull it off. She just seems, she's always a contender.
She is. And you know what? She dropped the belt in the kickoff show. So it's just like, okay, it's like usually, you go by the Bret Hart. You're just like, you drop one to Owen, but you're going to get the belt later, if you drop one earlier. So there's probably no formula that actually exists like that, but just like there's always a chance, like, okay, maybe they're going to give her the nod, but they didn't. Well, sorry, that was a spoiler. Is that a spoiler? Okay, what already happened?
You guys, they already saw it.
Yeah, they already saw it. So you know it was going to be her. So then Dana Brooke came out after that, her former personal assistant, which I felt like they cut that kind of short because, after that, they didn't really know what to do with Dana after that. Who else? Oh,
but she's there.
Yeah, she's there. Then another legend came out, Tori Wilson. I don't even know how old she is. She's like in her 40s, maybe. She looks phenomenal.
Yeah, she looks great.
She has her own fitness business on Instagram, so you see that she stays in shape. But there's a difference between being in shape and then being in ring shape. But then she came in here and was in ring shape too. Like, she started whipping people's ass, and I was like, well, okay, maybe it got to the point where it's just like originally I thought, okay, Bailey's probably going to win, go to number one. She's going to run the table. And it's just like, but then as some of these other women, it's like, okay, maybe they can do it. Maybe they can do it. So they started coming in and making me double guess my guess.
Yeah.
Were you feeling that at this point? Yeah, I didn't know. At this point, I didn't.
Yeah, it was high drama for a little bit. I wasn't sure which way it was going.
Then you had Mickey James come back, right? Trish Stratus, original stalker, she came back, but I don't know what happened with her. Like, I feel like she was already back kind of full time, but then she was there at Legends Night. So I don't know if she had the Mark Henry type retirement. It's just like where it never really is officially announced, just in case they come back.
Right.
So I was like, I don't know, but she was in there. And then we had a 24/7 match breakout, like right around that point, right?
Well, we had Alicia Fox first.
Oh, Alicia, legend Alicia Fox came out, the longest legs in the business, right? Yep. Came out and was just like, oh, what's going on here? And then that's when R-Truth and his crowd of it always reminds me of the crowd that chases SpongeBob SquarePants, all the little fish that are after him trying to get Truth to get his belt. I don't even know how many. He's got the record for the longest, the most wins of a title, right?
How long have we been doing the 24-hour championship belt?
24/7. Man, I feel like it's got to be a year, right? At least. But, because Gronk won it last year.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, Gronk won it last year, so it's just like it's still happening. But man, just Truth is just that good, man. It's just like I never hate it.
Yeah, no.
I never hate it though. So, but
I don't know who else could pull off that though.
Yeah,
honestly, I think R-Truth is the only one who could sell that for a year.
Yeah, that's probably accurate. But here's the interesting: we got to look up find a WWE statistician. Is this the first time a title changed hands during the Royal Rumble? Obviously Ric Flair and Roman lost the belt once for losing and winning the Rumble respectively. But the title changed hands because at first Truth and Alicia were working together, but then she she rolled him up and got the quick 3 and took the belt.
Yep.
She took the title and then she got eliminated and the whole crowd followed after her. What did you think of that? I didn't hate it. I thought, during their stats show and they're talking about there's been 4 women that's been in the men's Royal Rumble, right? And a few of them were before there was a women's Royal Rumble. So it's just like, oh, is this going to be the first time there's a man in there? But no, I guess, Santino did it, right?
He did. I was like, I'm super cold on WWE. Like I haven't watched it since pandemic started.
No,
I watched it like right off the bat, and I was like, this is too fucking weird with the empty stands, and they were just pretending that people were there.
Oh yeah, that was hard.
It made me feel. It made me feel like the world had ended and I was dead already, and like everyone else was just alive and I was just dead. You know what I mean? Like I felt like it was like a Sixth Sense kind of a feeling.
No, like you're definitely trapped in a mirror dimension. Right, that you're just like you can see some of the things happening, but not all of them.
Where I'm like the only person in the world, but wrestling is still going on, and I can, but I'm the only one watching.
Yeah, it's just all the only fans as like very like Arthur Fleck, right, in one of his Joker dreams that he's just sitting there watching it by himself, and just like that definitely good. But yeah, it did feel that. So they've been experimenting with it. So this is our reality. I know WrestleMania is going to have maybe a little bit of both. You might get some real true-blooded fans, like with real people, and then you might get some Pinocchios in there too, right? The screens.
Yeah, I think one good thing I do like this, and you know what? We got to look on the bright side here on this in the pandemic era. But I like WrestleMania as 2 nights.
I love that.
Yeah, I think it's great. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that works really well because man, when if you count the pre-show and you're talking like 7 hours, it's just like you're numb.
Yeah.
So WrestleMania weekend really truly becomes a WrestleMania weekend.
Yes, exactly.
So yeah, I am enjoying that for sure. So they are doing that again. If they time it right, it's good. It's good for the guy. I think it's good for the guys. The crew might have to work a little bit harder because you're basically working 2 days in a row.
Hey, they're getting overtime.
Yeah, OT, baby.
2 shows.
Yeah, 2 shows. So, all right, where did we leave off? So we got Mandy Rose.
Right.
Yep, Mandy Rose came out, which she's extremely underutilized. Her stuff with Sonya was going really well, and then it just stopped, and they chopped her hair, and they're just kind of bouncing around. Nothing of note. Dakota Kai, NXT came in. Carmella made an appearance, and then we had Tamina. There's something about Tamina that every time she comes up, everybody gets really hyped, especially if she faces another big girl, and then they never do anything with her. So it's just like you get the, oh boy,
She's
here she
here.
comes, she is, like something big's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And then it's just like, merp, like nothing ever really happens with it. So it's just like I was waiting for that the entire
It's like
time.
that. It's like that gun that you point at someone and the sign comes out that says "bang."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That pretty much summed it up, and which is a shame because I mean, obviously she's strong. She's been around for a while, so obviously she's a good hand. They're using her, they're keeping her, but I guess maybe they just don't know what to do with her. Maybe it's just having an abundance of talent problem, right?
They have a lot of talent.
They do. So who else came after that? And then we had Lana. No, I don't think, Lana, ever since Miro left, went to AEW land. You ever notice? I don't know if you noticed. Oh, yeah, you're coming back cold. So she pouts a lot now.
Oh, is that her thing?
Yeah. Did you notice she was pouting?
She seemed pouty, sure.
Yeah, she's kind of pouting. It's just like, so I don't know if she misses Miro or what. It's just like, look, I don't know. I guess I'm going back to ravishing Russian days when she always seemed like so overly confident.
Right, and the accent is long behind us now. Yeah,
the accent's gone. Yeah, she
gone. Pulled a Wanda Maximoff on us.
Yes, she did. It's totally gone, which is fine. Every once in a while, I think she can pull it off, but it works. I you know what? I don't hate her. I know a lot of people give her a lot of shit, but I don't hate her, and I think she's an attraction. She looks good. You can tell she's working hard. Mm-hmm. I feel like they were doing. So you didn't know they were doing this deal where every week Nia Jax would put her through a table.
Sure, yeah, I remember that.
No matter what. So it's just like every week, boom, boom. So she was going. So I don't know if that's why she's pouting, but she has no reason to pout because look, there's no crowd to not like her anyway. So just go with it. They're giving you a spot, run with it because you look good. She can work and she's getting better. And look, we all know Miro. Don't make fun of her because he could probably whip most people's asses. But don't make fun of her. So it's just like let her go. So I mean, and look, it's not easy to be in that type of environment with that type of like competition that's going, and then feeling like that you're not 100%. You need to feel like you're the best at the game. So don't pout. That's all I'm saying. You look good. Don't pout. So all right, next up. Yes, that is one to girl. So next up, we had Alexa Bliss, right? The Fiend's
we knew this was coming. I guess. What now? Tell me, because like I said, I'm coming in cold. What is this a normal thing? Will they'll just give someone's gimmick to someone else?
No. So yeah, it was very strange, and it was kind of like poorly executed, in my opinion, how it happened. But it was, and of course, Alexa Bliss is great, so she pulls it off really well. The Fiend and Braun, they were going at each other for a while. And then somehow, the Fiend brought in Alexa Bliss because she knew I don't know. She knew that Alexa Bliss and Braun were friends. They're friends in the show, but I think they're friends off show too. So, but then for some reason, Braun's like, I don't care what, literally the movie trope of where if the heel takes someone hostage and then like the face shoots, it's like, I don't care about that person you just hostage anymore. I just want to fight you. They kind of did that, and that kind of made Alexa go crazy. But there was no payoff to why Braun did that to begin with. But anyway, it didn't even matter because something really good birth from it was just, Alexa became enamored with the Fiend to the point where I guess she got some Fiend juice on her. Yeah. And now she became very fiendy. Yeah. So now she has her own playground and just like her eyes, and she'll do a lot of the morphing just like he does.
How long has it been since we've seen the actual Fiend?
Since he got burned alive. So I was just like, was that the last pay-per-view? Was that the last TLC?
I'm not positive, but it sounds right.
Yeah, that was the last pay-per-view when he got burned alive. So we haven't seen him. I thought he was going to come back tonight, to be honest, but I guess they're going to kick that can down the road because Alexa's kind of carrying the torch. There's a pun right there because obviously there's fire involved in this angle. But I was just like, so I thought she was going to win, to be honest. I thought she was going to pull it off.
I think WWE knew that you thought she was going to win.
Yeah, because I was just like, not only did she not win, but she got eliminated quick because she started doing her gimmick and she started beating the crap out of people. And then she had that weird look in her eye that's just like she was going to morph into Lady Fiend. Or Sister Abigail or whatever she is, and they said, "Oh no, you don't," and then they eliminated her just like that. She was gone.
Boom.
quicker than a hiccup, as Jim Ross says. She was gone.
Yeah, that was unexpected.
All right, then we had our final three. We had the Queen, Charlotte, Bianca Belair, who's been in there since number 3, so she's been in there a long time, and then Rhea Ripley, and they started going at it. So I'm sure there's people that were a little nervous that, maybe they didn't want, if you didn't want Charlotte to win, you're probably getting a little nervous at this point. So,
yeah.
But the surprising on it, they eliminated her. She was gone right after that. And then it came down to Bianca and Ripley. And at this point, I was just like, okay, there is a slim chance, since Rhea Ripley was somewhat of a surprise entrance, that maybe she does pull this off.
She looked strong whole match.
Yeah, she looked really good, and they did a couple of good spots, and then but in the end they went with Bianca Belair as the winner. How'd you feel about that?
I was happy.
Yeah, it was good, and like I said, if you watched her Chronicle, there's a lot of
once you turned on that coverage at about 4 p.m. Eastern, and you saw the Bianca Belair Chronicle, thought maybe WWE was telegraphing that just a hair.
Yeah, just a little bit, trying to set up that she is a big deal. But you know what? Even if they didn't do a Chronicle, when she walks out, she's a big deal.
No, you showed me the story I want, and I like it.
Yeah. So she was all in, and she is now the 2021 Royal Rumble winner. She will go on, more than likely, if I had to guess, I would say it's going to be the Boss versus Bianca. I don't see Bianca versus Asuka, because I feel like they're still kind of setting up for something there with Charlotte, even though she's in what did you call it? Not an entanglement, whatever. But yes,
it's got to be the Boss and Bianca.
Yes,
I mean, it sounds too cool to not book.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I think that'll be a solid match. But all in all, we'd give this Rumble a thumbs up, right?
Yeah, 2 thumbs up.
Yeah, 2 thumbs. Yeah,
I enjoyed it. I think it was great.
Yeah,
solid hour long, small stories. I dug it.
Micro stories still leading to the good macro story. The first feel good winner of the night. Because pretty quick on social media after that, WWE showed her back there with her real life husband Montel. One of the Street Profits. And she was actually literally sobbing from that win, and I know they let her try to get on the mic, but I feel like every time she does, she gets so emotional, she can't be the EP anymore. It's just like she's the fastest, the quickest, but then she becomes the cryest. But I mean, it's real emotion, so it's hard. So it's just like they let her rip, so I feel it. So, all right. Then after that, we got our, what was that? That was the, Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens, right? They had their last man standing match.
Yeah.
Again, if anyone from WWE is watching this, I just request
they watch this show.
They do. Of course they do. We don't need any of the, you don't need to sell us on the show. I know there's a lot of what was I calling it earlier?
What was it?
The hype videos.
Oh, hype videos, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like they need to find a way to edit these hype videos. It's just like we don't need to see it. We see it leading to the show, which totally makes sense, right?
Sure.
You're trying to sell the virtual tickets to the show.
Right.
Once you're already in the show, can we get like a condensed version?
Yeah.
So we can just get in there. I know they got to have time to set up and stuff, so you need all that. But I was just like, we don't need to see it anymore. But maybe, who knows? Maybe that's the bathroom break. Maybe I'm doing it wrong because I don't go for the bathroom break till the show's over.
Here, it could be, and it's sort of built into the format. I mean, that's also a house show thing, right? Gives everybody a chance to go to the bathroom, get nachos, whatever, while we're queuing up the next match. But yes, here we're at home, we're watching it. Do we need this hype videos? Do we need to know? Do we need to hear about the last 20 Rumbles and why they were great? We already know. We have the network. Yeah. We watched them all the day before while we were queuing up for this. So
that's why we were getting ready.
Yeah. So it's not necessary. But here it is. My hot take. Here's what's coming. Those spots are for ads eventually when it goes to that other network, the Bird one.
The Peak. Yeah. Oh, when we go to the Peacock.
Yeah. All of a sudden, those hype videos become a spot to put some Bud Light Lime ads.
Damn it. And then I'm going to be like, I missed the hype videos. now the Bud Light Lime videos are taking me out of the moment.
other YouTube videos will play this and mock us.
Yes, exactly. We're going to get mocked. All right. So then after the hype video, we had our False Count Anywhere match between Roman Reigns, Kevin Owens. a solid match, right? It's just like this is one that probably more than likely was live with
Yeah.
an asterisk, right? You can do that just to kind of let them look.
It's hard to
This,
know anything anymore.
yeah, what is real?
What is reality
Yeah,
anymore? Like the WWE has become its own universe now, where
literally.
pretty much it's like a bubble universe from like what like on that WandaVision show.
Yeah,
It's like
exactly.
it's just like it's doing its own thing. Things could be taped, maybe they are, but do you care? I'm not sure if I care. I might, but I kind of don't now. And I don't know. It just keeps going. It
Yeah.
never stops.
I'm not 100% distracted because I guess they eliminated the only thing that was like uncontrollable besides the fans are the only things that were the uncontrollables, right? They
But
were
guess
always
what,
like,
Jeff? Now they are controllable.
yeah, they are controlling them because I think they are like you said, they're rotating heads. They can pipe in the chants.
I
which they've been
swear I
piping
saw
in
somebody
chants,
I knew in that crowd, and that's why I texted you. I was like, "How do we get on these screens?" Because
right?
I'm pretty sure I saw someone I knew for a second, and then looked back and their face was gone. So they're definitely rotating faces.
You know, when they go to keepvid.gov and then they grab this, maybe we're going to be on the show, right?
This is public domain right here.
Yeah, so maybe they're grabbing and then be like, "Oh man, I'm watching the show right now." It's just like I'm really into this. But yeah, Falls Count Anywhere, Roman Reigns, top guy, head of the table. Finally, this is the time I miss fans because this is just like
he's doing his best stuff, and the fans are done. Finally,
Yeah, this was what everybody wanted. This is what I always called the die Rocky die moment. It was just like when they booed The Rock so much that he just said, "You know what? Fuck you too."
Yeah.
And then they loved him for it. And I feel like this is what Roman did. It made Paul Heyman morph as a character, made Usos morph. So this is his best stuff. Top guy, top match. He's about to fight Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens, the wily veteran, he was going to go hard. And when he's the guy that's going to hit you hard back.
yeah.
So we knew it was coming. They had all the spots though, right? They had, what'd you think of one spot? One spot looked a little familiar.
There was a familiar spot I saw. Reminded me a lot of another wrestling company spot from not too long ago.
Yeah.
A month or two ago, had a nice little golf cart spot.
Yeah, maybe they all play golf. I don't know.
I guess, or
It's
maybe
like-
maybe the WWE writers are fans of other wrestling companies.
Yeah, it very well could be, but it was still obviously that's a no joke spot, right? It's just like because you got to time that perfectly, right? And because if we remember the last time we saw that, it wasn't timed perfectly and kind of got spun around a little.
I know, but
this
it's a lot easier to time when you're not sure if this is live or tape or if this is a Black Mirror episode.
If this is really happening, but then they had the which I thought this was another nod, but this was a nod to ironically, the big show, the big game is next week. Remember back halftime heat when you had The Rock versus Mankind. I think that was the first time we saw a forklift.
Oh, right.
With Roman's cousin. So I was just like, oh, is this going to be something very similar, right? Because you remember that iconic down shot of The Rock getting pinned under the forklift on halftime heat during the Super Bowl back then. So it's just like, but no, they used that basically as a launch board for Owens, who is always looking to jump off stuff, which he told a story. He told a story that it was just like he went to, I believe it was for a Bucks game, and he knew Mania was going to be there. And he's like, you know what? I'm going to find a way to jump off that boat. And then obviously, the lockdown happened. So they did it at Performance Center. He still jumped off the sign, but they're going back this year. So is Kevin going to jump off the boat? I think
he should jump off the boat. I think it's coming.
I think he's going to jump off the boat.
I think
but
this
he did
forklift was a precursor to that.
But hard-hitting match actually got me thinking for a split second because they got the handcuffs out and they did this angle where he cuffed him and he cuffed him in a position where Roman couldn't get up. And I was just like, for a minute, I was like, wait, there's no DQ, falls count anywhere. It's just like, how are they really going to pull this off? So for a second there, and I love when this happens. It usually happens when they, kind of break the fourth wall or give the kind of wink of just like, oh, wait, did I just see something I wasn't supposed to see? I was like, how's he going to get out of this? So I thought for a second, I was like, shit, Kevin Owens is about to kick the belt back. It's just like 9. So I fell for it. I didn't even catch the ref was in that position. Doink, he took that. Heyman came out with the key. Looked like he was having a little bit of trouble with the key. And that's when I was like, oh, shit, maybe this is live. Because, right, if that was the tape, they would have had a lot easier time getting it out of there. But, yeah, he pulled it off really well. And then he yeah, when in doubt, choke him out. So I was happy with it. Like, yeah, I thought it was a good match. All right, next up, we got the men's Royal Rumble.
The main event.
Yeah, so here we go. When that music hit, I was a little shocked because we all knew Edge announced that he was coming back. We did not know he was coming out as number one.
Yeah.
What did you think when you heard his music coming? It was just like, this is after a long hiatus, and then he came back and had a couple of hard-hitting matches to the point where he tore his triceps.
Yeah.
Both of them, I believe. There's just like, what'd you think? Is this like, oh, snap, this dude's going to have, when I was surprised.
I was surprised.
Yeah, I was a little nervous for him, but then number two music hit, and then you knew the Viper, Randy Orton, came out.
Yeah,
and it's just like, oh, and they've been kind of dropping some hints that he was he would be the only 3-time winner of the Royal Rumble if he came out, to another a rattlesnake. Stone Cold Steve Austin did it 3 times, and I was like, was he going to tie that record tonight? So I thought maybe that could happen, but obviously they had their angle. They had their match at last year's Mania. They had the world's greatest wrestling match after that as well. So they started beating the crap out of each other, basically. So, and then we had Sami Zayn came out, who's doing some great mic work as the.
What is going on? Can you explain to me what is his gimmick right now? Is he making some sort of film?
Yeah, well, he's just people are always trying to screw him. So now he's becoming the conspiracy. He had the Artist Coalition for a while, but now he's just basically the conspiracy theorist that everybody's trying to screw him. So he's picketing, he's rioting, he's documenting everything just to make sure he's going to get screwed. But man, he's so good on the mic. He is so good on the mic that it's just like, it's the best work that he's done since he got there. And just like, and then now he's got his hair, he's got the Castro outfit. I was like, I don't even know why he was wearing that. He comes from like Middle Eastern descent, but he's from Canada, but he has this thing that you're just like, this guy's like a crazy conspiracy guy. And
or is he Antifa? We don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just there's no telling, but whatever it is, it's working really well. So he's coming out there.
Dig the shirt. I love Sami Zayn's shirt. I want that shirt.
Yeah, he is actually reminds people that he is the Intercontinental Champion. He had that when he actually had the belt, and now he still wears it and it still holds up. So I thought that was funny.
Even better.
So who came out? Then we had Jeff Hardy come out, which I didn't know Jeff Hardy was still there. I thought he got hurt, and then I thought maybe I read that he was not renewing, but he was there. He came out and he got his good virtual pop. And then you had Dolph Ziggler came out, which they had a fun fact that Ziggler was this was like his 14th Royal Rumble appearance.
Was it?
Yeah. So it's just like, man, it's just like, and obviously that dude can go. Yeah, I mean he can legit can go. Something, I don't know when things went left for him that he's not the he was the heir apparent to be the next Shawn Michaels. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, he was always great. He sells like no one else. Yeah,
and he came out and they did their thing. Shinsuke came out, who's now a baby face. He's out of the coalition. So you had old Shinsuke doing his thing coming out. And then we had our first surprise of the men's battle royal. I was just like, I heard that music and I just like, that's cool. Because it's just like, I spit in the face with things that are not cool. And he came out and dude, Carlito looked jacked.
Oh, he looked huge.
Yeah. It's just like, I guess the Anytime Fitness near his place in Puerto Rico did not close.
No, because they got a strict mask policy.
Yeah, so it's just like, I don't know if he came out as like a legend or if he's coming back, because he looks like he's coming back and he's ready to keep going, right?
Yeah. How long has it been since we've seen Carlito?
Man, it has to be. It was early aughts, right? It was early in the last decade. We can say that now because I feel like it's been a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was rumored that he was going to come back for Legends Night. Didn't happen, but now he came here. But like I said, this could be for good night though.
Yeah.
All right, so who have we come after that? Then we had Xavier Woods. Big E came out, so you had a little bit of a New Day reunion. They did a little spot there with Mustafa, who came out a little earlier, and he kind of screwed the New Day reunion up. Oh, yeah. Biggie tried to save him, could not pull it off, but that kind of woke him up. So then we had the Prince of Parkour came out, and then Richard came out. Prince Puma, Ricochet. What do you think about how they're doing with him right now?
Where is he? He just came. Where's he been? Like, what? I didn't realize that he was there.
Yeah, he was there. He came in. He's been doing some stuff with Retribution. He was doing stuff with the Hurt Business, but he hasn't hit the heights that he should be hitting yet.
No.
He's getting that lost in the shuffle, but they feel like they're trying to push because man, he's just like he came out and it's just like, okay, this guy could be this year's John Morrison or Kofi because he's so fast, he's athletic, he's got balance, and just like he came out here. I mean, it's a solid performance. He did his thing, but like there was nothing special that came from it.
No, not much of a story on him.
Yeah. So then came out and Elias came out. Damian Priest was our NXT person that came out, right? He's just like pretty big dude. There's just something about NXT right now that everything feels like heavy metal. I want to see a gimmick that isn't like something that's heavy metal, right? We we need balance.
Yeah. Everything is Hunter's theme song.
Yeah,
Another
exactly.
version.
Yes, exactly. And here's another thing that we didn't bring up earlier. There's two spots that we missed, but this one is relevant to this match right now. Bad Bunny came out, Bad Bunny singing his song Booker T earlier in the night.
Yes.
And then when Miz came out, he started beating the crap out of the DJ table with the Ergoton desk. Can we get a sponsorship there? The Ergoton desk came out, but he beat the crap out of that, and Bad Bunny was not happy about that.
Yeah.
So what'd you think of Bad Bunny's appearance there?
It's great. Bad Bunny, it's awesome that he was there. I'm not sure. I don't know. How do you feel about celebrities doing spots and stuff?
It's just like, I don't know if you go back and watch, if you look at Bad Bunny's left foot, that spot almost went wrong.
Oh, really?
Like he slipped. He legit slipped, and luckily, the pros being the pros were there to catch him. It was just like when Snoop Dogg did his dive, it was just like, it looked like somebody who's never did a dive before,
right,
and never played a sport before.
Right.
Where Bad Bunny, like he climbed up and was like, okay, this dude's got some balance, he can do it, but then his foot slipped out, and then he barely made that dive, but he still did it. He caught him, but yeah, I'm fine. It's just like, look, if this was Dr. D. David Schultz days, Bad Bunny would be Broken Bunny, right? Because they definitely would have hit him. Just like there's legendary stories of, Roddy Piper wanting to beat the crap out of Mr. T. And if you go back to WrestleMania 1, you can see Mr. T was out of gas because Roddy Piper was letting him know that, my business is no joke.
Yeah.
So Bad Bunny would have been Broken Bunny back in the day, but he's not. They need the rub. They're not going to risk any kind of lawsuits. So he got the dive, but it looked good. But he almost ate it.
Yeah, it worked. It was fine. I'll allow it.
So speaking of celebrity experiences, during the kickoff show after the Ladies Royal Rumble, Pete Rosenberg, the radio disc jockey.
Who is this Pete Rosenberg guy?
Yeah, he's do they still call him disc jockeys? He's the radio guy from New York, but he's also does the kickoff panel. Huge wrestling fan. Truth had already won his baby back, 24/7 baby back. He wants his baby back. But then, Rosenberg told him that John Cena was there. Apparently Truth is a big mark for John Cena. Gave him the nut shot, a very unathletic nut shot, rolled him up 1, 2, 3. And then he got the belt. And it's just like, man, they're just like, and, there was something with John Layfield was there, Bradshaw was there, and it's just like, I've seen him waffle people that he didn't think belong in the business. So I know probably the former version of himself in there, the old Johnny Hawk days, was just looking like he would have waffled the shit out of him just for that. I was just like, so I was thinking about it. He actually, I couldn't tell if he was working or not, but he was like, what the hell was that? And even Sonny Deville was like, yeah, I'm with you on this. I was just like, man, was that a shoot? Did he want to beat the crap out of him right there? Yeah. But anyway, that's our celebrity things there. So we had Riddle came out. Riddle, what do you think of Riddle? Riddle's great.
Shoes. Get shoes.
Yeah. Oh man, but he tells the story of why he doesn't wear shoes in his stuff. So apparently he got like frostbite or something and his shoes, and then now it's kind of like some foot claustrophobia that he has to do this, so he doesn't wear shoes. Oh, okay. And usually most wrestlers, unless you're Jimmy Snuka, like eventually they're like, okay, you know what, I'm going to wear shoes now. But he's sticking to no shoes. But I was thinking somebody's going to step on his toes in his very first Royal Rumble, or literally step on his toes.
Yeah.
But you know what, dude? It's just like with no shoes on, he gave Damian Priest the best foot chop I've ever heard. Like he kicked the shit out of his chest, and it sounded like a Ric Flair 80s chop, but he did it with his foot. So it's just like, okay, look, dude, if you don't want to wear shoes, that's fine, but keep up the foot chops. So we had that. Daniel Bryan came in, who everybody was thinking was going to be the favorite. So it's just like, okay, here we go. He's number 17. He's going to go. Then we had our next surprise. The Big Red Mayor came in. What'd you think when you saw the fire bunch? Just like Kane, who I believe holds the record for the most eliminations ever.
I was surprised. Doesn't he still hold public office somewhere?
He does. He still does. I believe he is still the mayor.
So, I mean, yeah, the first thing that came to my mind is like, what if there's an emergency in this town where he's supposed to be in charge right now and they need to reach the mayor? Like, what if there's a shark attack at the beach?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, now that's a celebrity match I want to see, right? Oh no, but I think probably R.I.P. on him, huh? Yeah, I don't know if Mayor Larry Vaughn is still with us, but yeah, it's just like those council meetings must be interesting. I don't know if he's ever put anyone through a table.
I mean, surely there's pyro.
Yeah, there's got to be pyro when he walks in. It's got to be a fire hazard, but it happens, and he got an elimination. He pulled it off, and then you thought we're gonna have a reunion of Team Hell No, right? Mm-hmm. They did their little the OG best friends give the people what they want. They were gonna do the hug. Yeah, they kind of hugged it out a little, but then no, he wasn't having it. He's the Big Red Mayor now. Choke slam Daniel. Maybe Daniel didn't vote. Maybe they have different
difference of political views. Probably.
Yeah, everybody's got different political views these days, and everybody takes it to the extreme. So maybe that's what happened there. I don't know, but that they're clearly over. And then we had King Corbin come out. That's the first time you've seen Corbin in a while, huh?
King Corbin. I was surprised he still had the king gimmick.
Yeah, we were trying to figure that out. It's like we don't remember when the last King of the Ring was. Look, I feel bad because it's just like, the crowd. Well, the virtual crowd is fine with them, but like I think the real crowd, they don't always dig them.
Yeah, you'll notice that crown came off as the second he hit that ramp.
Yeah, and it's just like sometimes I feel like it's just like. Sometimes I feel like Vince wants to take a shot at the fans, and it's just like, and then he needs somebody to kind of troll the fans.
And I think feels like that because this King gimmick has been going on for a while.
Yeah,
and I've never dug it.
Yeah, and he did. He got a couple of. He eliminated. Who did he eliminated? Who did he eliminate? Sorry, he did an elimination, and it got the heat that it would have got a ton of heat. Mm-hmm. If there was a real crowd there. So it's just like always you feel like he's trolling someone, but then they were setting up for an angle. So okay, look, but he's super athletic. I mean, obviously he can go in the ring. He doesn't have bad matches.
Yeah.
It's just something about no matter what gimmick he's working, it still feels like it's him. It's Corbin. Yeah. It's like now he's this, now he's that. It's just like you can't suspend that. So I feel like they need something to repair that because obviously he can go.
Look, my pitch is this, Vince, if you're listening when you're watching right now, I don't know how to do this, but I feel like Corbin needs like a brawl in Cell Block 99 kind of gimmick. I don't exactly know what that is. Maybe give him a tattoo on the back of his head that you can have temporarily or whatever, but just something like that. I like him. I think he looks great. He works great. He's good on the mic. It's just every gimmick he's had has just been ridiculous.
Yeah, and it's just like, and Baron Corbin as the Olive
Baron
Garden
Corbin
waiter.
Exactly. It's like he can just be Baron Corbin. Like that's okay,
Yeah, so it's just like everything he does, but it's just like he gets a lot of heat, but man, he can go. But I don't think he cares.
Has he ever been a babyface?
No, that's the only thing he hasn't been.
Yeah, well, there you go. How about that? Yeah, that could work.
There you go. Let's give that a whirl. So, yeah we'll see. But then they did this thing with Dominic, Ray's son came out, and they're working some angle with him, and he screwed him, right? He screwed Baron Corbin and got that elimination. So maybe they're going to work an angle together. The next surprise came out is stand back. There's a hurricane coming through, which I didn't expect because it's just like, wasn't that a crossover? Because it's just like, I feel like I saw a hurricane on an AEW show one time. And it's just like, but maybe they didn't say it by name and that's why they can get away with it.
Was he?
Yeah. I feel like he was he was at the Lake of Reincarnation at one time. Oh. I know he was when it was on Impact. Anyway, yeah, he came out. He did it. There was no crowd to really pop to see him there, but he did his I'm going to choke slam, and nothing happened of it, and nothing came of it, and then I believe he was gone. But then we had a really big surprise that came back, especially knowing that Edge was number one. We had Captain Charisma looking for
the peeps.
Looking for the peeps. Christian came out looking. Again, these guys are all looking like. all in great shape. He had his secret retirement, I guess, but he came back and it was like, all right, this can be cool because it's like we're gonna have Edge and Christian in the ring.
They still have a show on WWE as well.
Yes, I think, well, they had 2 seasons of it, I
Yeah.
believe. So it's still definitely on there. Great show. But yeah, they came out. It's just like I was hoping for, the pose. They did not do the pose, but they definitely had, again, the theme of the night was emotions. This felt like a real emotion because if you saw Edge was crying and it was like, that was a shoot. Edge
Yeah.
was like really crying that it was just like, he felt it. It's just like, there's, his best friend, they grew up wanting to be in the business. They've obviously both did really well in this business. To be just like, dude, they probably were telling each other it's 2021 and we're in the Royal Rumble again together.
And
just like that was
they've lasted so long into this like dystopian future where they're still wrestling in front of video monitors in an empty arena while hundreds of thousands of people around the world are dying.
Yeah.
Wait,
and they're still doing it. But it's just like I felt like he whispered in his ear and that he said something along those lines, like, can you believe that we're still here? So that was a really cool moment. I dug it. I think Twitter dug it. Everyone was I was like, okay, we're in. I was like, but at this point, up to this match, I didn't know who was going to win. I thought maybe Daniel was still the favorite. Who were you thinking at this point?
Braun. Wait, Braun was out at that point, right? Yeah.
No, Braun wasn't. Braun comes in a little later, but yeah, that was, and we totally skipped over. It's just like, Randy Orton.
Oh, we forgot the Randy.
Yeah, let's go back to that because I think it's important. It's just like he did something where it looked like he hurt his leg, and then it's just like it was very good. Was this a work? Was this not a work? Because it's just like he was mad. They said there was blood.
It got me. I thought it was. I mean, it was like, is he really injured? And every moment that I hit where I'm asking that of myself, I know it's working.
yeah. That's when it's just like good. You suspended, and it's just like. And plus, we know now our big thing is like, you think this part's live? You think this part's live? And then I was like, no, surely if this was live, they wouldn't keep cutting back to him. But then you saw his reaction. And I was like, oh, dude. But the cool story about this is if like you go back and back in my day, I watched Bob Orton, his dad, work in a match here in Austin, just a local match that I was on a card. I was watching from the locker room, and he did this gimmick that during the match, he's just like, oh, I hurt my knee. And it's just like, and they're like, should we stop it? And it's just like, basically, and of course he lured him in, boom, boom, got the advantage back, got the win. And then afterwards he was laughing, and then he was doing jumping jacks and he was doing high knees to show they didn't work his knee. So that was planted in my seed too, a seed in my brain that was just like, oh man, is he working him? But this happened way early in the match. So they only panned back once when they showed him in a trainer's room, and it was just like, okay. But I was just like, there was that part of just like, is this a work or is this not a work?
Yeah.
You felt that too, right?
I did. I didn't know. I didn't. It got me,
Yeah.
And when, like I said, when it gets me and I'm questioning whether or not this is a work or a shoot, it's working.
Yep. Yeah, it did its job. So, all right, we'll jump back to where we were. We had Cesaro and Sheamus, a reunion of the bar, and they did that. And Cesaro came out and started throwing some swings. So I guess the swing's not banned anymore. He started swinging and started beating the crap out of everybody, beating crap out of old friends, new friends. He started going in there. Then we had our next surprise. Mm-hmm. Seth freaking Rollins, the Monday Night Messiah, who's now the Friday Messiah, came out, and we haven't seen him for a while.
Yeah, right? How long has it been?
It's been he was on a paternity leave, I believe, and so I don't remember actually when they actually. I don't know. I've lost track of time and space during these COVID times. So I don't know how long he's been gone, but I feel like he's been gone long enough that felt like a legit surprise. Yeah. Then you're like, oh crap, who really is going to pull this off? They started pulling off like putting people in there that could, at this point, anybody in there could win because AJ Styles in there. Fun fact about AJ Styles, what's his second's name? Omos. He was not in the match, but he has now 2 eliminations on his record, right? Mm-hmm. He actually, because he was able to grab Ray and like toss him like a sack of potatoes, and he was the one that actually got Big E out because Big E was in there and we had no idea how they were going to get Big E out.
Manhandled Big E.
But going back to something else with Big E, when he faced off with Bobby Lashley, I was realizing, all right, we got the U.S. champ and I was like, this is a legit good match. These are two strong dudes, and they had good chemistry together. I thought they had really good chemistry for that micro story that they told, because there's just like, Lashley just runs roughshod on everybody.
Yeah.
But I feel like Big E can stand up to him strength wise, and they did that. That micro story worked really, really well.
Yeah.
So, and then he got eliminated by Omos, who's like, 7 foot whatever, a big dude, reached out and grabbed him. So 2 eliminations and never been in a match. So that they add that to the 2022 Royal Rumble stats. Who has the most eliminations by never? And you've had people who've been eliminated and come back and eliminated, but have they ever had anyone who's not in the match and eliminate 2 people? So I thought that was interesting, but that was a big dude. All right, then we got number 30, another return, Braun Strowman, the Strowman Express. He was back and he was pissed. He had a shirt back better than ever. It's like, oh, okay, at this point, I don't know who's going to. He was fresh. He coming in at 30. Like, how do you eliminate him? Like I knew they kind of screwed up what they were doing with him. I feel like at the end of the Bray feud, they kind of just like something went off, and then they didn't deliver. I feel like it didn't deliver like it should have. Yeah. And I thought they were going to try to renew it, and he was just going to run roughshod over everybody. So how you're going to eliminate these guys? So the final 4, who were the final? So it was Christian, Edge, Seth friggin' Rollins, and Braun Strowman, right? And then basically that's like, this is the old guard, we're the new guard. Let's get them out of there. And Seth made the funniest noise when Braun's like, okay, but then he picked him up and he's like, whoa. It was very funny. It was just like, I don't know if he meant to do that, but it was great. Then you had Edge and Christian, the E and C, together again, fighting for their lives, and do that. Boom, boom, boom. It ends up that he did get Christian out of there, and they were able to get Crazy Braun out of there. And then the final 2 were Seth and Edge. And at this point, I was just like, okay, Seth's going to get a second nod. Edge has been in there. He keeps saying, I don't know when my last match is going to even be. I can't even believe I'm back in here. And then all of a sudden, Seth freaking Rollins is gone. And I was like, holy crap. Yeah. Edge pulled it off. And then it happened.
We knew it was coming.
What'd you think at that moment?
I was just like, really? Is this how this is going to go down?
Yeah.
Like this felt like telegraphed from just miles away.
Oh man. And I got to be honest, at that moment, it's just like my stomach dropped, because I was just like, this felt like one of those trolling moments. And I was like, this is it. Royal Rumble's turning heel again. Because it's just like, I think even the video monitors would boo that, even if they turned them off, because it'd be booed. Because it's just like you said, it was too telegraphed. Yeah. Just like, because you would have expected that. And it's just like, look, I'm not saying Randy Orton's not, first ballot Hall of Famer, but it's just like he has to. They had a lot of guys that they could have won it that didn't win it. And they were just going to come here and do that gimmick. But then all of a sudden, Edge reversed it, and Edge threw it out, threw him out. And then all of a sudden, Edge won the Rumble.
Edge is going to Mania.
Edge is going to Mania. Another emotional moment. He tore both of his triceps. He came out of retirement for this match, and he won. I got to do a quick search. Has Edge ever won a Royal Rumble before? Oh, he won it in 2010. So Edge pulled it off. We did not expect that. Edge is going to Mania. Another feel-good moment, right? This is the comeback. He had the tears in his eyes, and it's just like he looks great. He did the sign point. Everybody does the sign point. But who is he going to fight? Is he going to fight for the head of the table, or is he going to fight the former Scottish psychopath? Who does he fight?
Don't know. I feel like we're going to need some kind of a build here to lay this out. There's no clues about this at all.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what was great.
We'll know tomorrow night, I bet.
Yeah, I feel like it was. But this year, I got to give the nod to the men's Rumble. Last year, the women took it. This year, the men took it. Maybe next year, the children's Royal Rumble will take it. But this year, I'm going to go with the men's, because it's just like, I didn't see Edge winning. I wouldn't have picked Edge winning. We didn't even know he was going to be in it. But then all of a sudden he's in it, and then he wins it. And now we don't even know who he's going to be fighting. It's just like, is the feud with Randy Orton over? We don't know. So again, you give this one a thumbs up?
I give men's Royal Rumble or the whole show?
Yeah, both.
Men's Royal Rumble gets a thumbs up from me. Highly enjoyable. Much better than 2020, honestly. I thought both Rumbles were good. I can't really pick a favorite. I enjoyed them both a lot. Whole show was great. I'd give it a thumbs up. Way worth getting a Peacock subscription for eventually.
Right.
Think I'll do it. But it was good. It was good. Like I said, haven't been watching WWE in a while. And I enjoyed the whole show. It was good. It was good coming in fresh.
I did, and I feel like everybody was having fun, and you can tell when the guys are enjoying it, when the announcers are enjoying it. I mean, they even did a little small pop for calling out Giant Gonzalez's birthday, and then bringing that up, and it's just like, oh, there's like a lot of birthdays here, and bringing up Giant Gonzalez eliminating Undertaker from his Royal Rumble appearance, leading up to that WrestleMania 9 match they had together, which that could be a whole nother show, right? That could be a whole nother show. But yeah, I give it a thumbs up. I enjoyed it. There was nothing that made me groan. It's just like a movie. It's just like, if you have a bad ending, though, it's going to be, that used to be, the important thing that WWE would like to do is make sure you let the people go home happy. Yeah. Right. And there was a couple of Royal Rumbles that didn't happen. It was just like that. People did not go home happy. So I was a little worried. It's just like, I don't know if people would have went home happy if Randy Orton did that screwed Edge out of that. I don't know if it would have got the right type. The
thing is, people are already at home at this point. Right. So I think it kind of played better.
Yeah, so let them stay home happy.
Exactly.
They don't have to go home happy, stay home happy. And it's just like, I don't know if that would have got the right type of heat for Randy Orton that they may have wanted to get on him. So, because I don't know where he goes from here after this. I don't know. Obviously, he has unfinished business with The Fiend, who did not make an appearance tonight. There was a few people that didn't. We didn't get any Kofi Kingston appearance. I think he's still nursing a broken jaw. He was there. He did a backstage segment, but he did not come out to do any of his spots, which I'm still voting for 1 year. Let him win it. Let him do one of his crazy spots and actually pull it off. Yeah. Just like you were rooting for Naomi for the same reason, right? She could have did that. So, but Keith Lee didn't show up tonight. Big dude. Like, he would have been a tough guy to get out of there. So, but man, these rosters are so big. It's hard to make room for everybody.
Honestly. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, do they have a 40-person Royal Rumble?
Or do two Rumbles? I don't know. Do two with like less people. Yeah. I don't know. I was watching some Royal Rumble videos last night. I was trying to get caught up on things, but the first Royal Rumble had only 12 people, and I thought to myself, "Would that be a fun match? Just like half the amount. Just do that on a show sometime."
Was that the Jim Duggan one? That was the pre-pay-per-view era, right?
No, but but it was the original before one when they did it. They did it at house shows first. They were test it out. While they were trying to prove the concept, so they did it with 12 people.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I do. Yeah. Yeah. There could be some. I think there's something they can keep keep one proper, right? It's just like But I think they can play with this a little bit. Look, because they got a lot of belts, they got a lot of people. They got to figure out a way to keep this, because now it stinks because it feel like before is a sure thing you were going to be on the Rumble if you're on the card, but now they have a locker room full that you don't even get a guaranteed spot in a match that has 30 guys in it.
Right.
So it's just like, do you give the people who already have a match the night before, do they get to go in the Rumble? It's just like, or do they get 2 spots? They did that with the girls, but they didn't do that with the guys, right? I don't think Kevin Owens wasn't in the Rumble.
No.
Right? So Goldberg wasn't in the Rumble.
Nope.
So it's just like that, which, that's probably for the best.
Yeah.
They wouldn't have been there. So I don't know where it goes from here, but we're going to watch, right?
I like that. I like not knowing where it's going.
Yeah, that's a good way to be. Rather that.
Yeah.
And, and it's different, back when a Royal Rumble would lead to a match at WrestleMania. Now, to me, you have a match that could also plays its own stakes in there too, where it's just like Elimination Chamber. That's a big one too. Yeah. They can play with that, to just like now, okay, if you didn't get your Rumble, maybe you can get a shot at title if you win that for the whoever has the title on the other one. They need a legit rule book. That was Jim Ross's big thing. They need a rule book. Just like, tell me what the rules are so I know when someone's breaking them.
Right.
Because that's when I'll get upset. Right. Or just like, or if I'm a rebel, that's when I'll be happy because screw the man, break the rules. Right. Charge the towers, whatever.
We just need to know what rules we're going to break or follow. Just give me an option.
Exactly. So cool. All right. So that's it for our quick Rumble review. So don't forget to hit like and subscribe so we can keep on babbling. Thank you to Bimble. Can't see Bimble?
Nope.
Well, we'll cut that out because that didn't work. But yeah, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and we will see you next time.
Peace.